Hello and welcome back to Code Your English. I am really happy that you are here today and that you are spending this time learning and improving yourself. This podcast is a calm and friendly space where you can practice your English listening and speaking while also learning ideas that can help you in real life. You do not need to rush. You do not need to be perfect. Just relax, listen, and enjoy this moment with me. In today's episode, we are going to talk about a very important and meaningful topic. Our topic is authenticity. This word may sound a little serious, but do not worry. We will understand it step by step, in a simple and clear way. Authenticity is something we all think about, even if we do not always use this word. It is about how we live, how we speak, and how we show ourselves to the world. This episode is not only for learning English, it is also for learning a life skill. When you learn English, you learn new words and sentences. But when you learn about authenticity, you learn how to be more comfortable with yourself. These two things can grow together. As you improve your English, you can also grow as a person. That is why this topic is very special and very useful for you. Authenticity means being real and being honest. It means being yourself, not a copy of someone else. When you are authentic, you do not pretend. You do not hide your true thoughts and feelings all the time. You try to live and speak in a way that feels true to you. This does not mean you are perfect. It only means you are honest and natural. Many people feel tired because they try to please everyone. Authenticity helps us feel lighter and more peaceful inside. Authenticity matters because it helps us feel confident and calm. When you are real, you do not need to remember a mask or act in a different way all the time. People can trust you more, and you can trust yourself more too. In daily life, at work, with friends, or even while learning English, being authentic makes communication easier and more meaningful. You feel less fear and more freedom. In this episode, you will learn what authenticity really means in simple words. You will learn how authenticity looks in daily life, and why it is sometimes difficult to be authentic. You will also learn small and easy ways to practice authenticity in your own life, especially while speaking English. This episode will help you listen carefully, think deeply, and maybe even speak more confidently in your own voice. So take a deep breath, get comfortable, and stay with me. This is Code Your English, where we learn English and life skills together, slowly and naturally. Let's begin this journey of understanding authenticity, one simple step at a time. What does authenticity mean? Simple definition. Now let us understand the simple meaning of authenticity. Do not worry about the word. We will explain it slowly, clearly, and in very easy language. By the end of this part, you will feel comfortable with this idea, and the word will feel friendly to you, not difficult. Authenticity means being yourself. It means you act, speak, and live in a way that feels true to who you really are. When you are authentic, you do not try to become someone else just to make other people happy. You do not wear a mask all the time. You show your real self, even if you are not perfect. Being authentic is not about being better than others. It is about being honest with yourself. We can also say authenticity means being honest with your thoughts and feelings. For example, if you feel happy, you allow yourself to feel happy. If you feel sad, you accept that feeling instead of hiding it. You do not always say what others want to hear. You try to say what you truly think, in a kind and respectful way. When your words match your feelings, that is authenticity. Another simple way to understand authenticity is this: you are the same person inside and outside. When you are alone, you are one person. When you are with others, you are still that same person. You do not change your personality just to fit in. You do not pretend to like things you do not like. You do not pretend to be confident when you feel scared inside. You accept who you are at that moment. Let me explain this in a very simple example. Imagine you are learning English. You speak slowly, and sometimes you make mistakes. If you are authentic, you say, "I am learning. I am not perfect, and that is okay." You do not pretend to be fluent if you are not. You do not feel ashamed of your level. You accept your current stage. That honesty is authenticity. Authenticity also means not pretending to be someone else. Many people pretend because they are afraid. They are afraid of being judged. They are afraid of being rejected. So they copy others. They change their voice, their opinions, or their behavior. But when you pretend for a long time, it becomes tiring. You feel stress inside. Authenticity helps you feel lighter because you do not need to act all the time. Let us repeat the idea again in another easy way. Authenticity is when your actions, your words, and your feelings match. You say what you believe. You do what feels right to you. You listen to your inner voice. You do not follow everyone blindly. This does not mean you never listen to others. It only means you do not lose yourself while listening to them. Think about this sentence: I am okay being myself. This sentence is very close to the meaning of authenticity. When you feel okay with who you are, you do not need to impress people. You do not need to act smarter, richer, or stronger than you really are. You allow yourself to be real. That feeling of comfort with yourself is authenticity. We can also talk about authenticity using we. We are authentic when we accept our strengths and our weaknesses. We all have good sides and weak sides. Authentic people do not hide their weaknesses all the time. They accept them and work on them slowly. They do not pretend to be perfect humans. They know that being human means making mistakes. Authenticity is not about being rude or saying everything without thinking. It is not about hurting others. It is about being honest with kindness. You can be authentic and still be polite. You can be real and still be respectful. Authenticity is not loud. It is calm and honest. Let us say it one more time in very simple words. Authenticity means being real. It means being honest. It means being yourself, even when it feels uncomfortable. It means saying, "This is who I am right now," and accepting that person. When you understand this simple meaning, you can start to live more freely and speak more confidently, not only in English but in life too. Take a moment to feel this idea. You do not need to change who you are to be authentic. You only need to stop pretending. That is the heart of authenticity. Authenticity in everyday life. Now let us talk about how authenticity appears in daily life. This is where the idea becomes real and easy to understand. Authenticity is not something big or dramatic. It lives in small moments, in normal situations, and in simple choices we make every day. When you start to notice these moments, authenticity becomes clearer and more practical. Let us begin with talking to friends. Imagine you are with your friends, and they are talking about a movie or a plan. If you truly like the idea, you say yes with honesty. If you do not like it, you do not need to lie. You can say politely, I don't really like this, but thank you for asking. Or, I feel more comfortable with something else. This is authenticity. You are saying what you really think, but in a kind and respectful way. You are not rude, and you are not pretending. Now think about your feelings with friends. Sometimes you feel tired, quiet, or sad. Authenticity means you do not force yourself to act happy all the time. If a friend asks, "How are you?" you can say, "I feel a bit tired today," instead of saying, "I'm fine," when you are not. This small honesty helps build real connections. When you are real, your friendships become deeper and more comfortable. Let us move to family conversations. Family is often the place where we feel pressure to behave in a certain way. Authenticity in family life means expressing your thoughts calmly and respectfully. For example, if your family asks you to do something and you feel uncomfortable, you can say, "I understand, but I feel stressed right now," or "I need some time to think." You are not shouting. You are not fighting. You are simply being honest about how you feel. Authenticity also means choosing what feels right for you, even in small family decisions. Maybe your family wants you to study something, but you feel interested in something else. Being authentic does not mean you disrespect them. It means you try to explain your feelings clearly and patiently. You say, "This is how I feel," instead of hiding your true thoughts. This kind of honesty may feel difficult, but it helps you stay true to yourself. Now, let us talk about school or work. Many people think they must act like someone else at school or at work. Authenticity here means acting naturally while still being professional. For example, if you do not understand something in class or at work, authenticity means you ask a question instead of pretending you understand. Saying, "Can you explain this again?" is a very authentic action. It shows honesty and courage. At school or work, authenticity also means accepting your level and your abilities. If you are learning, you allow yourself to learn. You do not compare yourself too much with others. You say, "I am improving step by step." When you make a mistake, you do not hide it. You learn from it. This is authenticity in action. It helps you grow without fear. Let us look at small, normal situations. Imagine you are ordering food in a restaurant. Authenticity means choosing what you really want to eat, not what others choose. Imagine you are tired and need rest. Authenticity means listening to your body and taking a break instead of forcing yourself. These small choices may seem simple, but they show how connected you are to yourself. Authenticity also appears in the way you act naturally. You do not copy someone's voice, style, or behavior just to fit in. You speak in your own way. You laugh in your own way. You move in your own way. When you stop acting and start being, people can feel it. There is a calm energy in authenticity. Let us connect this to learning English. When you speak English, authenticity means speaking with your real voice. You do not need to sound like a native speaker. You do not need to hide your accent. You say, "This is my English, and I am learning." When you forget a word, you pause. When you make a mistake, you continue. This honesty makes communication easier and more relaxed. Authenticity in daily life is about small, honest moments. It is about saying what you feel, choosing what feels right, and acting naturally. It does not ask you to be perfect. It only asks you to be real. When you practice authenticity in these simple daily situations, life feels lighter, relationships feel warmer, and you feel more connected to yourself. Authenticity versus pretending. Now let us clearly understand the difference between authenticity and pretending. Many people feel confused about this because pretending can sometimes look normal in daily life. But when we slow down and look closely, the difference becomes very clear and easy to understand. First, let us talk about what pretending means. Pretending means acting in a way that is not true to how you really feel or who you really are. When you pretend, you hide your real thoughts, emotions, or personality. You show something different on the outside. For example, you smile even when you feel sad inside. You agree with people even when you do not agree. You act confident even when you feel afraid. Pretending is like wearing a mask so others see only what you want them to see. Many people pretend because they are afraid. They fear being judged. They fear rejection. They fear that others will not like them if they show their real self. Sometimes people pretend because they want approval. They want praise. They want to fit in. For example, someone may pretend to like a topic because everyone else likes it. Someone may pretend to be strong because they think weakness is bad. These reasons are very common, and almost everyone pretends at some time in life. Now let us look at being authentic. Being authentic means you do not hide your real self all the time. You allow your thoughts and feelings to be seen in a calm and respectful way. You are honest about what you know and what you do not know. You are honest about how you feel. You do not try to create a perfect image of yourself. You accept that you are human, and humans are not perfect. When we compare pretending and authenticity, the difference becomes very clear. Pretending can be very tiring because you must always remember how to act. You must think about what to say. You must watch yourself all the time. You feel stress because you are not relaxed. You are afraid that people will see the real you. This constant effort makes you feel tired inside, even if you look fine on the outside. Authenticity feels lighter and calmer. When you are authentic, you do not need to act. You do not need to remember a role. You can relax because you are simply being yourself. You speak naturally. You move naturally. You respond honestly. This creates a calm feeling inside. You feel more peaceful because there is no gap between who you are and how you act. Let us look at a simple example. Imagine you are in a conversation. When you pretend, you think, "What should I say to sound smart?" Or, "What should I say so people like me?" But when you are authentic, you think, "What do I really think?" Or, "How do I really feel?" This small change in thinking creates a big change in how you feel inside. Another important difference is about perfection. When people pretend, they often try to look perfect. They hide mistakes. They hide confusion. They hide weakness. This creates pressure because perfection is impossible. You cannot be perfect all the time, but authenticity allows imperfection. You can say, "I don't know," or "I made a mistake," without feeling shame. This honesty makes life easier. We can also compare pretending and authenticity in daily life. When you pretend at work or school, you may say yes to everything, even when you feel tired. You may agree with ideas you do not believe in. Over time, this creates stress and frustration. But when you are authentic, you speak politely and honestly. You say yes when you can and no when you need to. You protect your energy and your peace. Let us connect this idea to learning English. When you pretend while speaking English, you may feel pressure to sound perfect. You may stay silent because you fear mistakes. You may compare yourself to others. This pretending blocks your learning. But when you are authentic, you say, "This is my level, and I am learning." You speak even if your grammar is not perfect. This honesty helps you improve faster and feel more confident. Pretending creates a distance between you and others, while authenticity creates connection. People may be impressed by pretending at first, but they feel closer to authenticity. Real communication happens when people feel honesty and openness. That is why authenticity builds trust and comfort. So remember this simple truth. Pretending asks you to perform, while authenticity allows you to breathe. Pretending makes you tired, while authenticity helps you feel calm and relaxed. You do not need to be perfect to be accepted. You only need to be real. When you choose authenticity over pretending, life becomes simpler, lighter, and more peaceful. Why being authentic is important. Now let us understand why being authentic is important. Authenticity is not just a nice idea. It has real benefits in daily life. When you choose to be authentic, you feel better inside, your relationships become stronger, and you grow as a person. These changes may look small at first, but over time, they make a big difference. First, let us talk about the emotional benefits. When you are authentic, you feel more peaceful inside because you are not fighting with yourself. You do not hide your real feelings all the time. You do not pretend to be someone you are not. That is why your mind feels calmer. You feel less stress and less pressure. When your thoughts, words, and actions match, your heart feels lighter. Authenticity also builds confidence. You feel confident not because you are perfect, but because you accept yourself. When you are honest about who you are, you stop asking for approval all the time. You trust yourself more. You say, "This is me, and I am okay." This kind of confidence is quiet and strong. It does not need to be loud. It grows slowly as you stay true to yourself. Now, let us look at relationships. Authenticity is very important in building trust. People trust real people because honesty feels safe. When you are authentic, others know where you stand. They know your words are real. That is why connections become deeper and warmer. You do not need to impress people to be liked. You only need to be honest and kind. When you are authentic in relationships, communication becomes easier. You say what you feel, and you listen honestly. Misunderstandings reduce because you are clear. Relationships feel more relaxed because there is no acting. This is true for friendships, family relationships, and work relationships. Authenticity creates space for real connection. Another important benefit of authenticity is personal growth. When you are honest with yourself, you can see your strengths and your weaknesses clearly. That is why you can improve. If you pretend, you hide problems. But when you are authentic, you face them gently. This honesty helps you learn and grow step by step. Authenticity also helps you make better decisions because you listen to your inner voice. You choose what feels right for you, not what others expect from you. That is why your choices feel more meaningful. You move in a direction that matches your values. Life feels more balanced when your actions match your true self. Life also feels simpler when you are authentic. You do not need to remember different roles for different people. You do not need to worry about being caught pretending. You save mental energy because you are just being yourself. That is why authenticity brings mental clarity and emotional comfort. Let us connect this idea to learning English. When you are authentic while learning, you accept your level. You speak even when you make mistakes because you are honest about learning. This reduces fear. That is why you improve faster. Confidence grows naturally when you stop pretending to be perfect. People also respond better to authenticity. When you speak honestly, people feel comfortable with you. They listen more openly. That is why authenticity improves communication skills. Real communication is not about perfect grammar. It is about real meaning. So remember this simple truth. Being authentic is important because it brings peace, builds trust, and supports growth. You feel better because you are honest. People trust you because you are real. Life feels simpler because you stop pretending. That is why authenticity is not a weakness. It is a quiet strength that makes life easier and more meaningful. Challenges of being authentic. Now let us talk honestly about the challenges of being authentic. Being authentic sounds simple, but in real life, it can feel difficult. Many people want to be real, but they feel scared. This is normal. Everyone feels these challenges at some point. You are not alone in this experience. One big challenge is the fear of judgment. We often worry about what others will think about us. We think, what if they laugh at me? Or, what if they think I am strange? Because of this fear, we hide our true thoughts and feelings. We choose safe words instead of honest words. This fear can stop us from being ourselves, even in small situations. Another challenge is the fear of rejection. We want to belong. We want to be accepted. So we think that if we show our real self, people may leave us. This fear is very human. Everyone wants connection. But sometimes, this fear makes us pretend. We agree when we want to say no. We smile when we feel sad. This protects us in the short term, but it hurts us inside over time. There is also pressure from society or family. Society often tells us how we should look, speak, and live. Families may have expectations about our choices, our work, or our behavior. When these expectations are strong, it becomes hard to listen to our own voice. We feel confused between what we want and what others want for us. This pressure can make authenticity feel risky. Another common challenge is wanting approval from others. Approval feels good. Praise feels good. When others like us, we feel safe and valued. Because of this, we may change ourselves to get that approval. We act in ways that bring compliments, even if they do not feel true. Over time, this can make us forget who we really are. It is important to remember that everyone feels this sometimes. Even confident people feel afraid. Even honest people sometimes pretend. Feeling scared does not mean you are weak. It means you are human. Authenticity does not mean you never feel fear. It means you choose honesty even when fear is present. Another important idea is that authenticity is a skill, not a talent. You are not born authentic or inauthentic. You learn it slowly. You practice it in small moments. Like learning English, authenticity improves with time and patience. You make mistakes, you learn, and you try again. Let us connect this to learning English. Many learners fear judgment when speaking. They fear mistakes. They fear sounding wrong. This fear can stop them from speaking. But authenticity means accepting your learning stage. It means saying, I am learning, and it is okay to make mistakes. This honesty helps you grow faster. Being authentic does not mean being brave all the time. It means being gentle with yourself. You start small. You choose one honest sentence. You express one real feeling. Slowly, confidence grows. You learn that being real is safer than you thought. So remember this. Feeling scared is normal. Wanting approval is normal. Facing pressure is normal. Authenticity does not remove these challenges. It helps you walk through them calmly. With time, honesty feels easier, and fear feels smaller. Small steps to practice authenticity. Now let us talk about small steps to practice authenticity. Authenticity does not need big changes or dramatic actions. You do not need to change your whole life in one day. In fact, authenticity grows best through very small and gentle steps. These small steps are easy to try, and you can practice them every day without pressure. The first small step is to speak honestly but kindly. This means saying what you really think or feel while still being respectful. You do not need strong or hard words. You can use calm and simple sentences. For example, you can say, "I feel tired today," or "I think differently about this." When you speak this way, you are being real and kind at the same time. Try to notice how your body feels when you speak honestly. Often, it feels lighter. Another important step is to say no sometimes. Many people say yes even when they do not want to. They do this because they fear disappointment or rejection. Start small. You do not need to say no in every situation. Try saying no once when you truly feel it is right. You can say, "I can't do this today," or "I need some rest." Saying no protects your energy and respects your feelings. This is a strong form of authenticity. Next, notice how you really feel. This step is quiet but powerful. During the day, pause for a moment and ask yourself, "How do I feel right now?" You do not need to change the feeling. Just notice it. Are you happy, tired, nervous, or calm? When you notice your feelings, you understand yourself better. Authenticity starts with awareness. Another helpful step is to accept your mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes. Authentic people do not hide them all the time. When you make a mistake, say, "I made a mistake, and I can learn from it." This removes shame and fear. Mistakes do not make you weak. They make you human. Accepting mistakes helps you grow with confidence. You can also practice authenticity by acting naturally. You do not need to copy others to fit in. Speak in your own way. Move in your own way. Laugh in your own way. Try to notice when you are acting just to impress. When you notice it, gently return to being yourself. This practice builds self-trust. Let us connect these steps to learning English. Speak even when your English is not perfect. Say what you want to say, not what sounds perfect. Use simple words. Pause when needed. This honesty helps you learn faster. Authentic communication is more important than perfect grammar. Another small step is to be patient with yourself. Authenticity grows slowly. Some days you will feel brave. Some days you will feel afraid. Both are okay. Do not judge yourself. Just continue practicing small, honest actions. So start today with one small step. Try one honest sentence. Notice one real feeling. Accept one mistake. These small steps may seem simple, but they build a strong foundation for authenticity. Over time, being real will feel natural and calm. Authenticity and learning English. Now let us connect authenticity and learning English, because this topic is very important for you as an English learner. Many learners feel pressure when they speak English. They want to sound perfect. They want to sound like native speakers. Because of this pressure, they feel fear. Authenticity helps remove this fear and makes learning easier and more enjoyable. Being authentic while speaking English means accepting your current level. You do not need to hide it. You do not need to pretend you know more than you do. If you are a learner, it is okay to sound like a learner. When you accept this truth, your mind becomes relaxed. Relaxed learning is faster learning. That is why authenticity is powerful. Many learners are afraid of mistakes. They think mistakes mean failure. But mistakes are not a problem. Mistakes are part of learning. Every fluent speaker made thousands of mistakes before becoming fluent. When you make a mistake, it shows you are trying. Authentic learners allow mistakes to happen and learn from them. They do not stop speaking because of fear. Another important idea is speaking in your own style. You do not need to copy someone else's voice, speed, or accent. Your accent is okay. Your voice is okay. Your way of speaking is okay. English belongs to everyone who uses it. When you speak in your own style, communication feels natural. People understand you better when you are relaxed and real. Authenticity also means choosing confidence over perfection. Perfection creates fear, while confidence creates growth. Confidence does not mean you are perfect. It means you believe you can improve. You speak even when your sentence is not perfect. You try again when you forget a word. This courage builds real communication skills. Real communication matters more than perfect grammar. Communication is about sharing meaning, not showing grammar knowledge. When you speak honestly, people focus on your message, not your mistakes. Authentic communication builds connection. Connection builds confidence. Confidence improves fluency. Let us look at a simple example. Imagine you want to share a story in English. If you focus on perfection, you stop, think too much, and feel nervous. But if you focus on authenticity, you tell the story in simple words. You pause when needed. You smile when you forget a word. This makes communication natural and enjoyable. Authenticity also helps with listening skills. When you are authentic, you listen without pressure. You accept that you may not understand everything. You focus on main ideas, not every word. This calm listening improves comprehension. Another important part is self-encouragement. Authentic learners speak kindly to themselves. They say, "I am learning," instead of, "I am bad at English." These words matter. They shape your confidence and motivation. So remember this: your accent is not a problem. Your mistakes are not failures. Your learning pace is your own. Authenticity helps you enjoy the journey. When you stop pretending to be perfect, you start becoming fluent naturally. Now let us slow down and take a short reflection moment. This part of the podcast is not about learning new information. It is about thinking quietly and listening to yourself. Reflection helps you connect the idea of authenticity to your own life. There is no right or wrong answer here. This moment is only for you. Before we begin, take a deep breath. Relax your shoulders. Let your mind slow down. You can listen to my voice and follow along. If you want, you can even close your eyes for a moment. This is a safe and calm space to think. Now, ask yourself the first simple question. When do I feel most myself? Think about your daily life. Is it when you are alone? Is it when you talk to a close friend? Is it when you are doing something you enjoy? Pause for a few seconds and think. You do not need to answer out loud. Just notice what comes to your mind. Pause and think. As you reflect on this question, try to notice how your body feels in those moments. Do you feel relaxed? Do you feel calm? Do you feel free? These feelings often appear when you are being authentic. Recognizing these moments helps you understand yourself better. Now let us move to the second question. When do I pretend? This question is not here to judge you. Everyone pretends sometimes. Think about situations where you hide your true feelings or change your behavior. Is it at work? Is it with some people? Is it when you feel afraid of being judged? Pause again and think. While you think about this question, be kind to yourself. Pretending often comes from fear, not from weakness. Notice the situation, not to blame yourself, but to understand yourself. Awareness is the first step toward authenticity. Now let us reflect on the third question. How can I be more real today? This is a gentle and practical question. You do not need big answers. Think about one small action. Maybe it is speaking one honest sentence. Maybe it is accepting one feeling. Maybe it is allowing yourself to make a mistake. Pause and think about one simple step you can take today. As you think, remember that authenticity grows slowly. One small, real moment is enough. You do not need to change everything at once. Small honesty builds strong confidence over time. Take one more deep breath. Feel the calm in this moment. Reflection helps you connect learning with life. When you listen to yourself with kindness, authenticity becomes easier. Whenever you feel lost or pressured, you can return to these questions. They help you reconnect with your true self. This reflection moment is a reminder that being real starts from within. Let us take a quiet moment together and gently remember what we have learned. Today, we talked about authenticity, and we understood that authenticity is simply about being real. It is about being honest with your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions. It is not about being perfect. It is not about impressing others. It is about accepting who you are and allowing yourself to live and speak in a way that feels true to you. We learned that authenticity appears in small daily moments. It shows in the way you talk to friends, the way you speak with your family, and the way you act at school or at work. It shows when you choose honesty over pretending, calm over pressure, and truth over fear. These moments may seem small, but they slowly shape a peaceful and confident life. Remember that authenticity is a journey, not a destination. Some days, it will feel easy to be real. Other days, it may feel difficult. Both are part of the process. You do not need to rush. You do not need to change everything at once. Growth happens step by step, and every small, honest moment matters. Try to take one small step after this episode. Speak one honest sentence. Notice one real feeling. Accept one mistake with kindness. These small actions are powerful. Over time, they help you trust yourself more and feel more comfortable in your own skin. As an English learner, remember this important truth. Your English does not need to be perfect to be meaningful. Your accent is okay. Your mistakes are part of your progress. When you speak authentically, communication becomes easier and more natural. Confidence grows when you allow yourself to be real. Thank you for spending this time with me and with Code Your English. Thank you for listening, learning, and reflecting. Your willingness to grow, both in English and in life, is something to be proud of. Take care of yourself. Be patient with yourself. Keep learning, keep speaking, and keep being real. I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye, and keep coding your English, one honest step at a time.